Hey friends! Thank you for your patience. I had to take a little break for making videos because life got busy in the best possible way. But I'm back. And I would love to hear how things are going for you. So for me, I told you my 12-year-old be putting me through my paces. And what's been going on is... So for most of the second half of this school year, we've been having issues with her coming out of the school within a reasonable amount of time. And so, I had some discussions with her about being on time when people are waiting for you. And then the school they send out a little parent newsletter or whatever once a week, and here recently they've been like, hey, your kids are hanging out in the school after hours. I'm like, yeah, I noticed. So anyway, I talked to her about that, like, hey, you're not supposed to be there after hours. If something were to go missing or get broken or something like that, and you and your friends are in there, like, you're gonna get blamed. So just, you need to come out. And yeah, all falling on deaf ears. Just no change at all. So I got really frustrated, aggravated with her after school one day, and I'm like, hey, we've talked about this. This is an issue. Don't like it. Me and your brother are sitting here in the car 10, 15 minutes. Like, not okay. And she's like, meh. So I'm talking to her about it, and she's like, yeah, I don't hear any love in your reasons, right? Like, these all sound very logical, very 3D. And I told you she loves to keep me like super aligned, right? Like, hey mom, where's the love? Thought you were all about that. And as usual, I was like, yeah, you might be right. So I had to self-reflect. I'm like, where is the love in this issue? Like, what is underneath, like, actually going on? And that's when I realized that it's like, where does unconditional love meet boundaries, right? Because as a parent, that happens to us a lot. Like, where does my unconditional love, this giant heart that I have for these babies, where does that meet boundary, right? And how do I set that loving boundary? And so I had to really sit with that and think about that. And then it came to me, and it's like, oh, I know where unconditional love meets my boundary. It meets my boundary at self-love. So unconditional love goes as far as self-love. And when it hits my barrier of self-love, that's when I know I need to do something, say something, that kind of thing. And that's what was happening, was my self-respect of, I'm not going to sit here and wait for somebody who's not being respectful of my time. That's where my self-love comes in, and it's like, hey, need to set a boundary. And so we did, and we worked that out, and we're doing better. So that's good. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that because that was a difficult kind of meandering to do, and it got me thinking about the practice of unconditional love, the practice of setting boundaries. And it's a practice, not a perfect, right? So the whole point of this is to begin this practice at home with the people that we love the very, very, very most, right? So that we can then go out into life and practice this, because the ultimate goal is to love the whole world like this. The ultimate goal is to have unconditional love as we go out in the house, or go out of the house, and to love your enemies as you love yourself. And when I think about like loving my enemies, I'm like, oh my God, sometimes I can't even love my daughter when she's being mean to me. It's like, yeah, that's why it's a practice. That's why it's a practice and not a perfect. And that's why you practice at home with the people, or at work with the people that you're with all the time. Actually, not or at work, and at work. So you're with people 8 to 10 hours a day at work. You're with people 8 to 10 hours a day at home. These are the people that you practice with. Practice, so that when you go out into the world and then you actually meet somebody who you don't like or who is very difficult, you have this muscle developed. You've developed this big muscle, just like at the gym. You've been lifting, you've been heart lifting right? You've been lifting in love, and then you have this reservoir to pull from when it's really hard. So I hope this helped you. Please continue to practice your daily love practice and let me know how it's going, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah!